When you first start out DMing Dungeons & Dragons, the Monster Manual is an endless tome of possibilities. It's wondrous and endless, just a constant delight. But after a few games under your belt, you will quickly find that without some special sauce, these monsters can grow kinda dull without some extra work. So let's freshen up these old role-playing monsters and tropes and give them a fresh coat of paint. Let's start with the good old classic, the dragon. So, what is a dragon about in DnD? What is it that makes a dragon so effing cool and memorable? In my opinion, it's the fight itself. It's the challenge. It's about pitting yourself against something that is straight out of myth and legend. There are many like it, but no other monster really does it quite like a dragon. They are truly giant creatures that are way outside the weight class of any sane adventure. Some dragons come with fantastical touches like special breath weapons and strange magics, but I'll throw that under the rug for now. If I went into every type and shape of dragon, this video would be an hour long. There is a lot of them. So, let's try and refreshing this trope a little. Usually a good old role reversal works great, but damseling a dragon won't quite cut it in this case. While it is quite hilarious to send your players to rescue the dashing dragon from the clutches of the evil princess. What makes a dragon incredible is the battle. So if we can't showcase the monster's awesome power, then we kinda messed up here. We need to have a grand fight in this somewhere. My try is this one. When the party comes upon the great beast, they find that it is in fact a slave to a more nefarious enemy. Any standard issue evil wizard or power mad cultist should do the trick here. And as the PCs meet the dragon, be sure to show off and describe plenty of this magical binding, jerky puppet-like movements, giant glowing device on the head. Any will do really. Just go nuts with the description. The more, the cooler, the better. Beyond being just a more varied encounter in general, this twist also has the possibility of a long-term powerful NPC. If the party manages to untangle the binding and then convince the dragon that the party is worth more than a short snack, well, they might have quite a scary creature to call upon later. That is a lot of ifs though. At that point, I think they kinda earned it. Now that we talked about refreshing the trope, let's do some kind of mechanical twist as well. For this one, I would say an explosion style ability would be great. When the dragon dies, they go boom and take most of their lair and probably some of the countryside with it. This pushes the monster into the bracket of natural disasters or tactical weapons instead of a beat 'em up random encounter type thing. This ability changes the goal of the fight completely. It goes from can we beat it to how do we survive beating it even? It's a very interesting puzzle to the party, I think. Since the usual beat on it until it's dead method doesn't work, what are they going to do? Are they going to try to handle the monster non-lethally perhaps? Quite possibly making the encounter much more dangerous and chaotic? If they can't come up with a quick answer, then this can even turn into a whole new side quest for a relic of some sort. Overall, the planning is the core part of this encounter, so give your players plenty of time and forewarning, let them chew this over. Planning how to destroy a near godlike monster for like 2 hours straight is just peak DnD in my opinion. The only real pitfall of this encounter is if your players don't have enough information. As a DM, your every instinct is going to scream at you to leave as much of this as you can mysterious. Don't do that. You might need to have an NPC just outright say the danger, even though you were very clear and have foreshadowed it like 9 times. Pulling an insta-death thing out of nowhere, especially when the players are already high-fiving and celebrating after a hard fight? That is just an easy way of pissing off your friends. Be blunt, your players will thank you later. This one, I think, works best in the higher tiers of play maybe, like 8 to 12 level-ish. Party should have plenty of tools to strategize at this point and probably enough friends if they can't. Detail-wise, I would recommend starting with the Balor's Death Throws ability perhaps, and amping it up, so that it has the power to knock out most of the player characters if it goes off, but perhaps not quite enough to outright kill them, meaning double their maximum hit points. That way you still have the chance of them being just incarcerated or captured instead of just outright dying. So, there you have it. This is by no means an exhaustive list. It's just a few ideas you can throw into your weekend game. And see you around.